Men's gymnastics, a sport unlike any other. A sport that was first invented by the ancient Greeks to train the military, is now a sport over 1.3 million men and boys participate in today. It is a sport that tests all physical aspects of the body to its highest potential and demands careful training and dedication. Men and boys all around the world train and compete to become the best of the best. Strength, air sense, power, balance, flexibility, the courage to attempt even the riskiest of skills, the ability to compete and perform under pressure, the discipline and work ethics to practice the same routine countless number of times, all of which are requirements a male gymnast must meet in order to become the best he can be. Many boys start at a young age and commit to the sport even up through their 20s. In the United States alone, there are over 23,000 men's and boys competitive gymnasts of all ages. Gymnasts train and develop routines that they use to compete against the countless number of other gymnasts. Each individual has their own unique collection of skills and difficulty they perform. The importance of stretching and flexibility is key to gymnastics. Keeping the body flexible prevents the possibility of injuries, and it is because of these injuries that many men and boys give up the sport of gymnastics. Teams like the team at Emerald City Gymnastics work with each other to help learn and develop their gymnastic skills. Gyms and teams like Emerald City are found all around the world, all of which have the will to train and never give up. This teamwork has won Emerald City many team championships and awards around the U.S. However, as difficult as this sport may be, the gymnasts at Emerald City show no desire of giving up.
Well, I think the sport of gymnastics is a very difficult sport. We put in a lot of time and effort in what we do. It takes a lot of dedication, complete focus in what you're doing, because you could easily get hurt, so you just have to try your best, and we work together as a team.
It's a challenging sport that I think a lot of people don't understand. It really encompasses all angles of athletics: strength, flexibility, and endurance in some cases too. And I think that's the best part of it.
Gymnastics, like most sports, you have to progress through levels. In sports like football or basketball, you just play, do the same stuff. Here you have to progress, learn new skills, and do stuff like that.
It's challenging. It's a lot different than other sports. It requires more, I think, more practice, more training. Got to perfect a lot more things.
What we're doing here is Olympic gymnastics, which consists of, for the guys, 6 Olympic events, which are floor exercise, pommel horse, rings, vault, parallel bars, and high bar.
In gymnastics, every gymnast is different. Skills vary for every gymnast depending on how much time and effort they put in their workouts. Each has their own events that they enjoy and specialize in.
My favorite event would probably be high bar. I just love flying through the air, going up and down and around.
Pommel horse. I don't know. I just kind of like swinging pommels. It's fun. It's different than the other events.
I'd probably say high bar, because I'm pretty good at it. It's fun to swing. It can be scary or a lot more dangerous than the other ones, except the problem is it rips up your hands too bad, so you can't do it as often as I'd like to.
I'd have to say my favorite event would be floor, just because I've been able to excel in it a lot. And I just love the feeling of tumbling and bouncing off the floor, flipping. It's great.
Probably high bar, but that's just because you get a like fly and do all this cool stuff. It's like when you watch yourself, you're like, oh, that's me.
However, the downside to this sport are the complications that come with it. The most challenging part, not just for me, but for most gymnasts, is enduring the sport. It really not only tests your body, but it also strains the body too.
I think mentally, just kind of getting over some of your fears, like could I fall on that? What could happen if I do that?
The commitment we're here for takes us away from other things that other people have, like nights and weekends. It puts us a lot of stress on homework and social life. So going through school with practice every night and homework every night is the hardest part.
The most challenging to me is how much time we have to put in and keeping up with school and trying to keep it all well-rounded and balanced.
All the stuff on your hands hurts your hands, gets all ripped, hands are all ripped up. It sucks, and that I'll probably have arthritis all over my body by the time I'm 20. It's probably the worst thing.
You have to be a hard worker, and you have to be willing to practice a lot, and you have to be prepared.
Definitely coming back from injuries.
I get nervous before every competition, but I just sort of try and block it out and focus on my routines.
So I don't really have that much time for homework.
During competition season, grades are hard to keep up. It's just a challenge that you have to stick with, even though how long you stay up late, whatever you have to go through, it's just difficult, but I work on it.
That's a constant worry. You have to trust your children to make sure that they tell you when I've got school, I have got to do the school, and you rely upon them to tell you that I've got to do homework tonight. And so you trust them and you say, that's fine. So.
They really have to be very disciplined, and I think that's another benefit of the sport of gymnastics, is because they're practicing 3 to 4 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week. They really have to be organized and prioritized. They can't procrastinate at all.
Grades during competition season is actually really tough for me. I have the tendency to procrastinate a lot, and my mindsets are always separate. I don't usually fuse the mindset of school and gymnastics at the same time. During competition season, my mind's mostly focused on gymnastics, so I always put gymnastics first. It's just been how I've gone about it ever since I started competing. So during competition season, my grades go down, but this year I'm planning to hopefully keep them up. But as we all know, life comes with its obstacles, and it's overcoming these obstacles that opens more opportunities for the future. At Emerald City, the future is on the mind of all gymnasts.
In the future, I want to go compete competitively in college and compete as I'm in college gymnastics team.
Right now, I have plans on just staying with it for the first couple years of college here, and if anything works out, then go with that.
Say like maybe 2020, 2024 Olympics maybe, see which team I make. I was hoping for London, but I think that might fall through. But if that doesn't work out, no, college gymnastics is always cool. It's fun to do.
I'm hoping to go and do it in college next year, preferably University of Illinois.
I don't really know yet. I don't know if I want to do it in college or if I'm going to stop after high school, so we'll see.
I really want to go to college for gymnastics and hopefully get a scholarship. And then after that, I don't know. I want to keep on training elite and then maybe try to go in the Olympics someday, but it's kind of far off, so just trying to focus on right now.
I would recommend gymnastics to others. It helps create strength, being well-rounded, well-balanced. Helps in a lot of aspects of life.
Yeah, I would. I'd say maybe not competitively, because it's kind of strict and a lot harder, but recreationally it's always fun. It's thrilling pretty much.
Yeah, I would. Especially for, kids that are looking for a sport to do, because it's, like I said, all around good athletics.
People think of gymnastics as only for those that want to go to the Olympics. Now they're seeing it as a really good activity for young kids to do to develop strength and coordination and flexibility, and then they take what they've learned there and they get into any sport that they want to with better skills. They use that coordination and they use that agility that they've learned in gymnastics, and they become good athletes in whatever sport.
Gymnastics. Begin here, go anywhere.